So, I'm going to be moving on to my third and final topic, which is my random drawing. So, I hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. I have my random word sheet here, and I am going to clean up the board here and get my random number generator set up. So, if you haven't seen this before, basically what I'm doing is I have a sheet with 25 different words in 3 different columns. So that's a total of 75 words. And so there are nouns, verbs, and enhancers, so adjectives or adverbs. And so I'm going to pick 3 random numbers. The first one is 6, which we've used before. The first one is 7, which we've used before. The first one is 23, which is fence. The second number is 25, which is the verb affect with an A. The third number is 14, which is rough. So we have the words fence, rough, and affect. So we need to think of how these words work together to form a bigger picture, and then we will draw that picture. So obviously, it's not too uncommon to think of a rough fence, but perhaps this we have to incorporate the word affect. So let's think of things that could be affected. You could have an affected word. I see a question in the chat asking how I chose those 25 words. I chose them at random just by the first words that came to my head. I did have a period of time where I was asking for suggestions. I did not get any suggestions. So if you have any suggestions for random words, I will use them on the next sheet. We do have a decent amount of words on here, so I will let you know when I'm getting ready to make another sheet of words. So let's say that you had a town, perhaps. So you'll have some houses and probably three-dimensional houses. Usually houses are somewhat three-dimensional. And then maybe some skyscrapers and perhaps a park area over here. And this park might have a small pond with a nice little bridge over it. And oh yeah, there's a bunch of zombies. And so these zombies, I'm just gonna pick lime green because that seems like a wonderful zombie color. So there's a couple zombies in the park. And so what happens is that when you have a zombie outbreak, you need to create a perimeter that you can defend. So this perimeter would usually be some sort of fence, and this fence would go around the affected area. So we're gonna enhance this fence a little bit, get some 3 dimension to it, and so this fence, I believe by the squiggly line I've drawn, is a barbed wire fence, which I would assume would be very rough, especially if you were to rub your hand across it. Um, so we have our chain link fence, which is the natural predator to zombies, and our barbed wire, which is a good defense, especially to something that is not very intelligent. Something that is trying to eat brains obviously does not have many of its own. So they are purely instinctual creatures and would not fend very well against a barbed wire fence. So we have our zombies. We have our fence that is rough, surrounding the affected area. And so this is a fairly simple drawing, but there are some context because there's obviously places of residence here, and it's possible that there is one person that is not a zombie. Now, it would be bad for this person to assume that all zombies are bad and not friendly, but at the same time, they would need to take precautions because on a macro scale, most zombies are trying to eat your brains. So this person would probably have to act as it is, um, to trick the instinctual zombies into thinking it is part of the pack. Now, zombies are definitely pack creatures. I watched a a documentary. I believe it was Greatest Warriors or something on Spike TV, the owner of all documentaries. They had a interesting discussion on whether a zombie would win against a vampire, but they agreed that zombies work in packs. So there was 100 zombies versus, I believe, 3 vampires, and it was kind of a tie. Spoiler alert. But um, we can kind of clean up our picture here. Hopefully, nope, I did not. I can just add some little finishing touches here and there to make this look a little better. And then we will call the stream quits. But like I said, if there's any questions, this has been somewhat of a short stream, so I'm very open to answering anything, actually. It doesn't have to be on the topics I've been talking about. Um, and I guess I can just talk about things in general. I know UCF won their football game that they played yesterday. My team, the Panthers, in the NFL did not play this week, so I consider that a win since they've been doing pretty bad. Um, and um, Also, I got a haircut. You probably noticed that. So I look a little bit different. I'm assuming I will look a little bit more different next weekend, but I'll leave that as something to see. Um, and so, yeah, I've been realizing that junior year of college is one of the tougher ones, just with the junior year engineering classes. They tend to be pretty rigorous. Um, but I'm getting by, just trying to continue to learn and continue um, to teach, I guess, because I'm doing this. So this is something where I want to build a community that the community forces me to continue to learn by attempting to describe things to everyone else. So I think we have a complete picture here. It's not very detailed, but I think it gets the point across. We have a affected area surrounded by a rough fence. So I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been pretty short, but I didn't want to drag on the topics if I didn't have too much more to talk about. So I do plan on streaming on Wednesday, and hopefully by then I'll have some work done on the AI, but no promises. I know that Tuesday I am going back to my hometown, so I don't know that I'd be able to work on it then. And tomorrow I do have some homework I need to work on in my free time while I'm on campus. So perhaps Wednesday on campus I might be able to get some work done. But other than that, like I said, no promises. So um, I'm going to be signing off, seeing as there's not any extra questions. But like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching if you've been watching up to this point, and I will see you on Wednesday.